Hi, this is Dan from blitzgear.us. Wait a second, I'm not going.
Let's try this again. Oh, that's much better. This is Dan from blitzgear.us, and I want to show you how you can make ski goggles comfortable for using indoors even where it's kind of warm. Working here from my Apocalypse hangout in just outside of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, of all places, but like everybody else, in home isolation. And one of the big problems of ski goggles, using it in your medical area, there's going to be two problems. One is the darkness of the lens. Not a lot you're going to be able to do about that. You know, they are double layer. Ski goggles are double layer lenses, unlike lab goggles, which are single layer. So if there's any flying trees or rocks or anything in the hospital, you're going to have much better protection with these. Our lenses that we're going to be sending you are all made in Italy, dual layer polycarbonate. But the big problem is that ski goggles have a foam layer around the outside, partially for comfort, partially to help with all its anti-fogging properties. So the problem is inside, you're just going to be a big sweat ball in there because it's not going to let any heat out. That thing's a pretty sealed cavity right up against your face. So we're going to show you, if you notice, I can see. I'm going to show you how. If you notice what I did with my ski goggles here, I'm trying to make sure you get in the camera. I cut away the foam. Now there's no great science there, except there is a trick on how to cut away the foam, and I'm going to show you how to cut away the foam so you don't ruin your goggles. Okay, back to the next video. No, that's forward to the next video. Okay, this is Dan from blitzgear.us, and we're going to show you how to do some goggle foam cutting. So if you get goggles from us, put my glasses down for a minute, they're going to be either in a plastic bag like this with a paper wrapping, and on the inside there's a peel-off sheet. Any new goggles that people are donating should be wrapped similarly. And if you get some of the ones that we have a fundraiser going on Facebook, for every $20 that people donate, we send out a set of these. You get a hard carry case with it, and inside it'll come wrapped in plastic, the paper on the front, and this also will come with a goggle storage bag. Where's the bag? There's a white storage bag in there. I feel like ripping this one apart right now. But for you that receive our goggles that are being sent because of our fundraiser, you're going to get these. Now when you get a new set of goggles, or used ones, they're going to look like this. And we're going to start with a nice new set so we can even show you about the layers on the inside. So the paper, pretty good idea to actually use these outside layers if they're multicolor or silver mirrored. They're a coating on the outside there. They're pretty soft. You're not going to worry about it. If you scratch it up, you're not worrying about your visibility due to hitting, you know, not being able to see trees and so forth like we are on the ski slope. Now the easiest way to get this going will be to start. Is this recording? Yep, I believe so. I hope this is recording. I'm not a professional videographer. I'm a much better skier, hopefully. Okay, so if you notice, I turned the strap inside out, so we're taking this nice set of Z goggles here. And again, just getting the strap out of the way. And we're going to take my goggles off. They're actually pretty good. This method, I'm telling you, this works. Normally I'd be sweating my butt off in the house here with that. So now, we're gonna take these goggles, and I'm gonna try to, I wanna make this as visible as possible for you. Now here's the trick. This is the real trick right here. These are called electrician scissors. If you notice, they have little ridges up there on the top. That's how you know they're the real McCoy. And if you go to the electrical aisle at Home Depot, you'll find these for probably about $10 or $12. But for doing this, they're worth their weight in gold. You may be able to find some surgical scissors that mimic it. The trick is they have a very short jaw. They squeeze very tightly. They're very sharp. And when you squeeze them together, they cut very nicely right to the tip. So maybe something that can cut through somebody's skin might do a good job. So what I'm going to do here, and I hope you can see this, is I'm going to start making cuts. And the trick is to go straight in. Do not use a SCRIPTO knife for this. SCRIPTO knives do not work well. You want to use the scissor. So I want to leave certain amounts. So I want to leave foam in the corners, and I'm going to show you another cut later. So I'm going to come in right about here. I'm going to just start squeezing through. I'm going to make sure that I'm getting all the way down to the rubber. Don't worry about scarring the rubber a little bit. You're not going to hurt it. Just make sure that you really separated those two pieces of foam. So you do one there and one up here. Remember, you can always take more foam off. You can't put any back. So if you're not sure, leave more and then just do some trimming cuts if you really need to. But it's not really hard to get right. If you notice, I just left a bit of the corner. Hopefully I'm well in view of the camera there. Now over here, I'm going to come in on the nose piece. I'm going to come up from the bottom, but not too far. I'm going to leave some nose piece there. You do the same thing. I'm going to cut all the way through. And when you're making a cut on the other side, what you want to do is match the other one so they don't feel uneven on your face. So you constantly want to readjust the goggles because they don't feel even. So now I'm going to even look to see how far I am out of that corner. You know, like I got an eighth, quarter an inch, whatever, out of the curve. So I'm going to come out of the curve on the other side. I'm going to try to mimic about the same amount again. So the two sides are pretty even. It's off by a little bit, you're not going to notice it. If it's off by a lot, you'll notice it. Same thing on the bottom. I'm going to look to see about where I cut. I'm just off the curve a little bit. So I'm going to come down here, just off the curve a little bit. And you notice I'm just using the tips of these really good scissors just to go right down to the rubber. So I did that and that. And I'm going to do another cut up in the top center here. I want to leave about 3/4 of an inch, maybe an inch of foam in the top center there. And I believe, okay, now I'm going to do 2 more cuts. Now this cut on the side here, if somebody wears eyeglasses, measure their eyeglasses on their face, see if they'll fit inside the frame, and make sure that this cut is in the right place so the arm from their eyeglasses goes through. Some of the goggles we'll be sending out actually have special cuts for eyeglasses, so if you really need goggles for eyeglasses and there's none in what we send you, contact us at info@blitzgear, BLITZGEAR, BLITZGEAR, blitzgear.us, info@blitzgear.us. And if you need what's called OTG, over the glass goggles, if you don't have any in there, we'll see if we can find some for you. Okay, now I did my cut, so now the fun begins. This is what I call the pain in the butt part. It's not really that hard. Sometimes it goes really quickly, easily, and sometimes it's not quite as easy. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure I'm lined up on the camera here. So what you're going to do, now that you've separated things, you're going to peel away the foam. Now, sometimes the foam will peel away nicely with the glue under it, and sometimes it won't. Now, there's nothing wrong with leaving that extra stuff on there. You're not going to feel it. It just might be a hygiene thing as far as cleaning the goggles, but you'll be able to get that off. So go through, make sure you rip off the right pieces and not the wrong pieces. So you want to leave on the nose piece, and as you get to an intersection of where the two pieces meet, make sure you hold your finger down, so when you're separating them, make sure your scissor really made a good clean cut between the two pieces so you don't rip off what you don't want. Over there are what I call the eyeglass cuts. Up on the top, make sure you leave the center piece over the nose piece. Now this is peeling off nicely. You notice the glue is coming with it. That's nice. When you get to the edge, make sure that they separated so you don't pull the two sides apart. You don't want to pull off a piece. You don't want to pull off, although if you have rubber cement, you can put a piece back. So I'm just going through, and the top seems to have a little easier time on the gluing. And I'm just peeling off some of that extra glue, and you notice I'm ending up with a nice clean surface there. Ultimately, having that nice clean surface would be really good to have. Now, if you do have excess glue, the trick, just like rubber cement, push away with your thumb and roll it up. You notice how it rolls up? Just be patient and just keep rolling right up to the very end. When you get to the end, then you can pull it off. You see that one came out pretty nice and clean, and you can go through and you can clean them all up. Even these bottom ones, they'll just be a little bit more stubborn, but if you just keep rolling and rolling, you notice I just keep rolling there and it's coming back with my thumb. And once it's done, if you be a little patient, you'll get it looking just like these. So now I got four corners, I have my nose and a bridge on my forehead, and now I have airflow going up. You're not going to be holding in all the heat that a ski goggle is made to go in, to hold in. So hopefully that was helpful. Again, the real key is electrician scissors. Remember that, electrician scissors. Read my lips. Electrician scissors, not art scissors. These are not at Michael's. They're not at McDonald's. They're not any place but Home Depot's, Lowe's, that kind of place. Or an electrical supply house. Electrician scissors. You'll see the little notches on them. That's how you know they're the right ones. This brand is called Southwire. If you go on Home Depot or Lowe's.com and search electrician scissors, you'll probably find them. Worth their weight in gold for solving all the goggle problems. Okay, any questions? Let me know. info@blitzgear.us, and I hope you found this helpful. And wear goggles and good health. Adios.